re-victimizing these victims. You should be ashamed of yourself. And when it comes out that what everybody was saying about this man is right, are you going to do the dirty delete? Or are you going to leave it up there and pretend like it never fucking happened? Or are you actually going to make a statement and apologize to all the fucking victims that you re-victimized by hosting this man and promoting him on your TikTok account? Ladies and gentlemen, the old feud is back. Yeah, I've had a bit of time off. Well, not really. I've been working on a podcast about all of this sort of shit with Jennifer Couture, Danesh, what cancel culture is. I've sort of gone in depth because I do show my videos to people that don't know anything about it, and that's one of the biggest questions. It's like, well, like, he's a piece of shit, but what's the culture behind it? Before I get into that, Danesh has actually tried to have me copyright infringed on all of my videos, and he fucking failed. Let's go through it. It's hilarious. I only just checked the emails now. I'm not a very good social media person, obviously. It's not really for me. But let's go over that shit right now because it's fucking hilarious, and he lost. Danesh writes, hello. There are several examples of how this user violated my work beyond fair use. 1. Lack of good faith. My work is highly misrepresented on his channel and classified as scams and crimes. He consistently shows manipulated versions of my work and pushes his audience to report me to the authorities. Here is an example of a video he made once falsely and baselessly claiming I caused a child to commit suicide. He made this bogus claim to try to get my original work taken down and no other reason. Now that fucking video is not even on YouTube, but nice fucking try. 2. Use in a competitive setting. His intention is to be successful by destroying my copywritten work. He's very open about that. 3. Affecting market value. His lies are spread all over the internet and on different social media platforms. I have been mass reported on TikTok as a result and almost lost my account. As much as I would love to take credit for that, there's a lot of other people that do that shit, but again, nice fucking try. 4. Commercial use. This person is completely building their brand off my content. It isn't just these videos, they violate copyright. Most of his videos are about me. Yeah, they are because you're a piece of shit, but your videos are about other fucking people too. That's where you get your damn content from, isn't it? You fucking moron. 5. Use beyond reasonable amount. He's now using his platform to manipulate details of my videos in court case against my child stalker to influence my audience to not donate based off of absolute lies about my personal court case. As a result, my GoFundMe was paused momentarily after I was reported by his audience and I almost lost access to the way I pay my lawyer. He doesn't even have a fucking lawyer. He doesn't have one. He's not taking this shit seriously. You've watched the videos, right? Everything he says is incredibly inaccurate or misrepresented to make my videos look like they are harmful instead of helpful. This person brings a lot of harm towards me and his channel, and because of his channel, I am not safe. He's a stochastic terrorist. He's calling me one. I'm a stochastic terrorist. Get fucking real. Anyway, here's YouTube's reply. I only just fucking caught onto this shit. I don't fucking check this stuff very often, but here's what YouTube had to say. Oh, Christ. Hello, thank you for your message. However, we remain concerned that your copyright notification is not valid for some or all the videos identified in your notification. As a result, the content will remain live on YouTube. Jesus, Danesh, why don't you just mention my name in your videos? Come on. So many people don't like you. You've got more haters than you do have fans. There's not that many mentally unwell people out there, surely. Surely most people see you for what you are. Welcome back to the Ali Nasherman Show. I'm gonna tack this on the back of this because of the allegations Danesh has made against me. I don't know if you've noticed, but he fucking hates me. For some reason, he won't even mention my name, which actually makes me very powerful. The fact that all these dipshits on TikTok refuse to mention my name, that makes me super powerful. Like, there's a media blackout on my content. And you're not the audience I want anyway, and it's not your supporters. Like, your supporters are dipshits that watch 2-minute long TikToks where you leave things out intentionally. Danesh has a few styles of lying. He lies by omission. So when he's reporting, as he claims he is, he's doing investigations and, subjects, and these people are subjects in these cases. He leaves vital things out. That's one lie that he loves to tell. So it's lying by omission. And he lies by insinuation. I've shown in other videos the whole Lara incident. Actually, I think I will play some of the Lara stuff. She's the pretty basic. She's got like 140,000 followers on TikTok. She's pretty big, and she grew up in a cult, and he lied about her. But I am going to make a video on the whole Stanzi Potenza thing, because this woman with over 2 million followers on TikTok has allowed Danesh to go on there, re-victimize his victims. Not only that, but she mocked these victims, because what he does is he will embellish their claims against him. That's another lie that he loves to tell. And then he also blatantly lies. And basically, the funniest thing about his whole fucking statement that he made to YouTube to try to bring me down, and there were these junkies, I don't talk to none of these fucking cunts no more, but they were trying to say that I was in with Danesh. Somehow that's how the only way I could have gotten the email. They've got to inform me when there's copyright infringements that happen, right? Because he tried to get me on copyright because I'm doing social media commentary on his social media commentary, and I'm pointing out the lies he told. Now, this one it's a touchy subject because it does involve the trans community. Here's the video, and I'm going to be breaking this down for you guys. I'm going to break it fucking down for you. Here's the video.
I think I figured it out, y'all. I think I have the solution. We just need to bring bullying back. People need to be bullied for being fucking freaks.
You say that we should bully people for pretending to be women? Why? Should we bully your husband for pretending to be an officer? What's this all about? By the way, why do you hate the trans community? Why do you hate people who dress in drag? Are you one of those who subscribe to this idea that they may be behind some sort of child abuse? Because this message of let's bully comes from Felicia here, who bullies children. Look at that. Child abuse. Trigger warning for child abuse. I'm going to read you some of this. Her children were playing with the lights in the bathroom, and Felicia decided to beat them with a belt. The officer found that they had bruises and welts all over their body as a result of being hit with the belt. And her own children say that they are afraid of Felicia. Why are you giving advice to anybody? Can we go back to your husband's insane record? Hold on here. Ma'am, you need to worry about your husband going out and playing pretend. You got bigger problems right now. Are you sure you want to be on the internet encouraging everybody to commit a hate crime? I can't believe I'm using this correctly, but bye, Felicia.
Okay, so he lies straight off the bat. Read the description. Maybe, just maybe, if we bullied men who pretend to be little girls. So nothing to do with trans people, but it does in this sense. Dylan Mulvaney was used by Bud Light. Remember the whole Bud Light incident where everyone was blowing up that they used Dylan Mulvaney to promote that basically promoting Bud Light. They were, what's the fucking word? They were the ambassador for Bud Light, which I thought was hilariously funny. This is a trans person that cosplays a minor, okay, cosplays a fucking 12-year-old, and they're endorsing your adult beverage. I thought it was hilarious, and all the conservatives, and there were actually a lot of people that come out and spoke out about it. It was mainly conservatives talking about how, like, inappropriate it was to use somebody who cosplays a minor, which is a big fucking problem because you get 3 PDOs claiming they're minors to get out of 3 PDO charges. So their complaints are valid. He's taken her out of context by saying she's talking about the trans community. Now, she does correct him on that. And again, he dismisses it and he backs it up with further lies. But in this video, in this very video here, he shows that she was arrested for child abuse, right? Now, look at the date. It's April, 6th of April. Sorry, Americans put the fucking month before the actual day, which is confusing to the rest of us. But it's April the 6th of 2015. Now, he knows this information. If you go on and you look up her name, Felicia Latchow, that was her former name. She was married to a doctor who, let's put it this way, and I'm not making any accusations, Mr. Dr. Latchow, but he injured a patient back in early 2000 who sued him and won a $30 million lawsuit. And in the time she won that lawsuit, he actually he went bankrupt and closed his practice and went and worked for somebody. A bit sus. Now, that was the person that dobbed her in. So here's Danesh siding with very, very wealthy people yet again, because the people going after Jennifer Couture originally, it was a very, very wealthy teenager. They're a lot more wealthier than Jennifer Couture and Dr. Ralph Garamone. So Danesh is a stooge for these very wealthy people. But here's the second video, and I'm going to break down the lie he's told at the back end that people are still going around perpetuating. They're still going around fucking acting like this is remotely true, and it's not.
I have an update on Felicia the transphobe who advocated for bullying trans people. After spending 24 hours trying to reassure us that she is not at all bothered by all the bullying she encouraged.
That is absolutely not what happened. Try watching the TikTok I posted again. It was aimed at men pretending to be children. So she fucking told him this. She told him this, and he disregarded it because it didn't fit the narrative he was trying to push out to people.
She is now trying to walk it back and saying, no, she was never talking about trans people and that she supports trans people. She was talking about men pretending to be children. So here's the overwhelming evidence that she's lying. First piece of evidence is her comment here saying that this is all about Bud Light's piss poor campaign, meaning this is aimed at Dylan Mulvaney.
She's responding to a Facebook comment because what these people did is they tracked her down on Facebook. They started harassing her. They started harassing people that were in the pictures with her. Some of these people had businesses. They started leaving bad reviews on her friends' fucking business pages. Like, these people are insane, but it says here, I said grown men who dress like little girls should be bullied, not given endorsements. She reiterates her stance on it. And he's there blatantly lying about this. Blatantly lying about it. He's leaving out this important information on this case that he's covering. The man is a fucking fraud.
Who is trans. This is about trans people, like she said from the beginning. More evidence that she was lying. Here you go right here. Has it ever been more apparent while standing in line to vote who is Democrat and who is Republican? Here's a hint. Us Republicans still know what a woman is. So, that just means, hello, my name is Felicia. I'm a horrible transphobe.
So he's taken a screenshot from something she posted a while ago. Has nothing to do with this post about people, grown adults, pretending to be children. Has nothing. He's linked them together and they have nothing to do with one another. He's just linking it together to paint this picture that she's talking about bullying trans people, which she did not say. It was about grown men pretending, cosplaying children. And as I said, there are many news articles of these three PDOs pretending to identify as children to get out of 3 PDO charges. You can look it up yourself.
And if that isn't enough, here's her own daughter saying that the 3 of us are living safely with our dad. The 3 of the sisters from the report. I had a chance to chat with her and asked her if it's okay if I bring this up in the video, and she said that's totally fine, and that I should know that report is not the only instance, because your own daughter is LGBTQIA, and you're a transphobe, Felicia. Did you ever think all that bullying was going to come back around to haunt you?
He is the biggest cyber bully on the fucking internet. But that young girl at the back end, she was 17, 18 at the time. Now, I've spoken to a lot of women. And when their daughters get into that sort of late teenage, sort of adulthood sort of fucking era of their life, they have a tendency to start hating on their own mum. Now, he knows this because he spoke to her. He knows for a fact that those kids were not removed and never saw their mother ever again after 2015. There's a fucking website where Felicia was taking these girls from 2012 every single year till 2015, right? And she was getting family photos taken. And the 2015 photos were a few months after the arrest, which was dropped. They never pursued the charges. It got dropped. He knows all this information. He was weaponizing that fucking teenager. This is a perverted 40-year-old man weaponizing a teenage girl against her own mother. Now, if you go and look at Felicia Mullen's TikTok videos, you will go back past that incident. You see pictures of her with her 3 daughters. You can actually go and check for yourself and see that Felicia Mullins has a relationship with her daughter that left that comment. You were going around misleading people into believing shit that ain't true. And it's not the first time you've done that. You create these fucking narratives that aren't true. And all I do is call you out on it. And you try to fucking have me taken off YouTube for copyright infringement? You're a moron, but good luck because you can't take me down. Not like the TikTokers that cover you, where you mass report all their videos and have them removed. You can't do that to me. And all I do is show exactly what you're fucking doing. So let's back that up with this, right? So he went on this woman's fucking huge channel, and she's got a big TikTok following as well, named Stanzi Potenza. Okay? Stanzi Potenza hosted this man, claimed he was a friend. Now I guarantee you, she has never watched any of his content. She's never looked into it because she's busy doing her own shit. But she mocked the victims that are fucking speaking out against him. And most of them, the large majority of them are women. And out of those women, the large majority of those women are single mothers that he attacks. And you mocked them. You humiliated them. You re-victimized them. Are you going to apologize for that, Stanzi Potenza? Probably fucking not, I bet. But here's some proof of Danesh lying. Here's what he said on your fucking show.
So people think that Danesh is running a cult.
Lara, the pretty basic, breaks down the cult elements of what Danesh does. But what I want to make very clear is Danesh manipulates people who aren't mentally well. That's what he does. And these people go around cyberstalking and harassing people on his behalf. This is not a fucking game, and it's not something to be fucking laughing about. But before we crack into that little number, I want to show people where this initially started a couple of years ago when she called Danesh out for neglecting his own children, because he did. On a TikTok live, one of his kids was calling for him to get them out of the bath, and he refused to get off that live. So she posted this comment, and then he's posted this insinuation that she was arrested for child abuse when she doesn't even have kids. She was arrested for shoplifting, and you'll notice that he doesn't show the charge sheet like he did with Felicia Mullins. He lies to people blatantly, and if you go through the comments section of that video, you can see that's exactly how people took it, that she was arrested for child abuse. Here's the comments. And just on another note, this is Danesh taking a shit on a live because he didn't want to get off, and I've always wanted to use this video, and I guess I'm just going to chuck it in here because I don't know of any other fucking time I'll be able to use this, but this is how fucking addicted to social media and how pathetic this man actually is.
That's my...
I think it's funny, though, that people are like, because it's not like, they're like, oh, this new cult. And I'm like, this isn't a cult. This is someone with a platform that's fairly large.
$10 says when the hate finally comes her way, when this man goes down, that she pulls the old, I'm on the spectrum. Oh, I didn't know shit. Now, get the fuck out of here. I'm sick of people pulling that I'm on the spectrum fucking card. Everybody's on the fucking spectrum. It's called a spectrum, you idiots.
And they have people who really like them.
That's the thing that they can't. That's the thing they can't fathom is like, I made a video about Danesh, and then now there's a random person in my comment section criticizing me. It must be a cult. It couldn't be that he's got millions of followers and maybe someone didn't like what they had to say. Like, that's not a possibility.
So you've been accused of running a cult. The truth of Daneland, right? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. If you were an actual cult leader, what would you require of your followers to stay in your good graces? Now, this could be rules, it could be dress codes, rituals, any aspect of this cult.
Well, what I would have in my cult, actually, I would adopt from what those people who have been accusing me of being in a cult have said. One of the things that they have accused me of, those people that say I'm in a cult, is that I have my followers go around, mass reporting any criticism of me. Any. They don't do that. I would love that. That would be great. That would be amazing. There's a bunch of ridiculous videos about me out there. I would love for them to all go around mass reporting it. Another thing is they added, those people that accuse me of being in a cult have added a new character to their jury of
the lore
weirdos.
They've added to the lore. Yeah.
Yep. And this one has brought a new angle to it that I definitely would adopt. So this person has watched a documentary on cults, and then they imagined that they were in this documentary, and that the documentary is fake, and that they were in the real cult, and it was led by me.
Now, he's talking about Lara, the pretty basic, saying she thought she was in a cult. Well, guess what? There's a documentary on that cult. And here's the fucking promo for it.
World domination was the goal.
If you have not gone through the basics seminar, I highly recommend it.
IBLP.
IBLP.
IBLP. The IBLP teachings aren't Christianity. They're something entirely different.
We have for every one of you the answer.
Thank you for agreeing to talk to us.
There's a story that's going to be told, and I would rather be the one telling it.
TLC created a PR show for Gothard's teachings.
You've probably heard of the Duggar family.
Everyone knew who the family was.
We were part of IBLP as early as I can remember.
The biggest feature of Bill Gothard's teachings is authority. Kids obey the parents, wives obey their husbands. Everyone obeys Bill Gothard.
Gothard turned every father into a cult leader and every home into an island.
I first read The Handmaid's Tale in college. I was like, this is my life.
Homeschooling is kind of the linchpin of this whole project.
The kids were not being well educated. Instead of learning math, you're learning slut shaming.
The Institute raises little predators.
Do you see Lara in it? He's gone on your show and he's fucking lied, because that's what he does. He's a compulsive liar. He'll take what people say, so people will have criticism of him. He'll embellish it to make it sound like it's fucking crazy, and then he put it out to people like you, and you sit there with your fat fucking head laughing about it. Re-victimizing these victims. You should be ashamed of yourself. And when it comes out that what everybody was saying about this man is right, are you going to do the dirty delete? Or are you going to leave it up there and pretend like it never fucking happened? Or are you actually going to make a statement and apologize to all the fucking victims that you re-victimized by hosting this man and promoting him on your TikTok account? He's being sued for a fucking reason. Now, another part of the bullshit that he put out on Stanzi Potenza's show was that people were going around saying he's in a sex cult. And that's what, they're viewing him as this sex cult leader. Now, I've been around a long fucking time, 3 years. I've never once heard that. I started asking people who had been there a lot longer than me, who had been calling him out before I even come on the fucking scene, people that were researching for me. I asked them, has anybody ever accused him of running a sex cult? They said no. Nobody has ever accused him of that. Now, that should tell you about the frame of fucking mind this man has. He's a fucking sexual deviant. He's a predator. He's been messaging underage girls. He asked the plaintiff, Jennifer Couture, the girl was 17 years old that gave him the information and paid him to cover Jennifer Couture, and he asked for naked pictures of her when she turned 18. This is a 40-year-old man with fucking a wife and kids. And I believe the wife is being abused too, and she's too scared to fucking speak out against him. So you should be ashamed of yourself. See you in the next one, you piece of shit.
And so, and now it's evolved into a sex cult. So now It's getting fun. Yeah, well, now I'm like, okay.
Woo,
like
now we get to be silly.
now it's getting more interesting. So we'll definitely take that too. Sex cult part sounds amazing. We're keeping that.
Yeah, we're definitely fucking in this cult. All right, everyone?
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely.
We are mass reporting and we are fucking.
Mass reporting and fucking. The only other things that I would make people do is things that I like. So it's mass reporting, fucking, and you can't eat anything except for Bulldog ramen and Diet Coke. That's it.